welcome back to my blog. Another day in paradise. Let me turn this down. Alright, so I know it's been a minute. I have not vlogged. I am on my way to I'm on my way to take John to this like play date kind of place. Well, playroom, some shit. I just said I'm off. I had initially, oh god, that shit looks so stupid. Looking at this wing I caught myself trying to do. Oh well, it's just gonna have to be how I look for the day. I don't know why when I'm in the house I don't look at my phone, because that shit tells all the truths. Ooh. I'm trying to get a selfie. Is it me? Sometimes you just don't feel your best. I don't like that. Like a fucking clown. Just talking shit to myself. I like that. Oh, I'm so fat. I am so big. Anyway, so yeah, I'm about to take Ja to this like play date kind of thing in Rockville Center. It's some kind of playroom place that I found online. That's the only thing about living in New York. It's like in the winter time you're stuck in the house, so it's like nothing to do unless you pay to go somewhere indoors. So I'm just found a place. I'll check it out and see how it is. It looked like it's a pretty decent spot. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and try to vlog in there while I'm in there. So let's see this stuffy air out. So yeah, I'm gonna go check that out and see how that is. Hopefully it's something decent. Maybe on Mondays when I'm off, then I could go ahead and take him. And then I think we might just go to lunch somewhere and then come back home. What did I say? I kind of needed to go to Walmart. I had wanted to get him, even though he's going through this thing right now where he doesn't really want to eat. So I don't know if I'm wasting money going to the stores trying to get him something to eat or whatever the case might be. I don't know. So that's the gist of today. I don't even know if I'm gonna try to see if I could vlog in there. Probably should be vlogging, but like I am not feeling myself today. I just think that I look like a fucking fat fucking cow today. My face, I don't know if it's this wig I put on. I don't know what it is. My makeup, I was struggling with that. I don't know if that's the problem or what's going on, but I am just not feeling it today. So I don't know, maybe I'll pick up the camera again. It sounded like a no, but I am not feeling my best at all today. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I just don't like nothing. I mean, I know my hair and my, whatever is kind of decent, but I just really feel like, I don't know, even looking in the camera now, I just look super duper big today. I don't know what it is. And I'm also on that time of the month, so I don't know if it's that or what, but I am just like, whew. Anyway, I also canceled my surgery. Yes, I canceled my surgery with goals. All right, so let me just tell you why I canceled my surgery with goals. So, today is March 2nd. My surgery was set for March 31st. And of course, you know, like a month before your surgery, that's like when you get in all your appointments, etc., right? So last week I went for one of my first appointments, which was my blood work appointment. And so while you're at the blood work appointment, you know, they take your blood, and then you meet with the billing specialist as well to let you know exactly what's due, etc., etc. So I'm so glad that I did not pay for my surgery all up front. I just paid the $500 fee or whatever, right? So strike one. Well, I don't even know if this call is strike, but in the series of events, a week before my blood work appointment, I get a call from Gold saying that my appointment needed to be rescheduled because the office was going to be closed. But the date that they told me that my appointment wasn't. So I called them and I'm like, y'all told me that. Well, actually, they called me. They're like, oh, tomorrow. I'm like, I'm not due. Come on, y'all, let's go. The fuck? So, that's how we act in New York. Anyway, so yeah, so like a month. So anyway, they called me and they was like, oh, your appointment tomorrow is gonna need to be rescheduled because the office is not gonna be closed, right? So I'm like, okay, fine. I said, what are they talking about? My appointment is not until next week. So I called them and I'm like, hey, I got a call saying that my appointment is gonna be rescheduled tomorrow, but my appointment is not until next week. And he's like, yeah, you know, I'm looking at your records and you're right. Like, I don't understand why you got that phone call, whatever. So fast forward to the date of my blood work appointment. I go to the location. I get there, get all the way to the door. I park my car, mind you. Gold's is located in Harlem, which is Manhattan, but you know, and so you know, in like the city, 9 times out of 10, there's nowhere to park, really. I found a parking. I got lucky. Found a parking like around the corner from there, and I get there. And I see a sign on the door saying we moved to another location. The other location was at, you know, driving. It was about 3 minutes away. But I'm like, so you mean to tell me, what if I was like getting on a train or a Uber or something? I don't have money like that to be jumping all around. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit just irritated my spirit. But anyway, I jumped back in my car. And then the other location where I was at, the parking was even worse. But I got lucky because my car is small. So I was able to you know, make a parking space. All right, fine. So I get there. We get inside. I get inside. Waiting for the blood work person to take my blood. Which I feel like when you get in blood work, that appointment should be like in and out. I had to wait for like at least like 15 to 20 minutes for the girl to even come out or whatever. All right, so fine. She comes out. She's, you know, nice, very nice young lady or whatever. You could just tell like that they was, I don't want to call it unprofessional or really ghetto, but I don't know. I'll get into that later anyway. So anyway, she was nice though, real nice technician. So get inside and taking my blood. So she's like checking my blood, and then she checks my BMI, and she's like, hey, your she's like, wait a minute, no, how did it go again? Yeah, the girl that's doing my blood work was like, oh, your BMI is X, Y, and Z, which, yeah, at the time, that's no really fucking surprise. My BMI was a 35 or whatever. So she's like, hey, you know, if you get in 360 lipo and a BBL, you know, technically your BMI should be a 30. And I'm like, this is the first time that I heard it. The person that booked my surgery, she told me that if I get my BMI down, that the price will go down, which I kind of understood because it was less work. But now she's telling me in order to get the surgery that I opted for, I have to get my BMI down. But she was like, you know what, just speak to the billing specialist. She'll be more, you know, knowledgeable on what happens if you don't get your BMI down or whatever. So get my blood work done. So that was like strike 2. You know, strike 1 was me getting to strike 1, I at first I was going to count the call, you know, the call about rescheduling. I was going to count that as strike 1, but I was like, you know what, whatever, right? Strike 2 to me was like getting all the way to the fucking location. I mean, strike 1 to me was getting all the way to the location and realizing that the shit was closed and they moved. Because I believe that that's what that first phone call was about, but somehow they got that misconstrued. I don't fucking know. Whatever. So now this is strike 2. Now they saying, oh, whatever. So I'm like, all right. So then I get to the girl and she's like, yeah. So, finally get to the billing specialist and I'm like, hey, the technician just told me that my BMI is too high for a 360 lipo. She was like, oh, yeah, it is. So I was like, oh, okay. So I got to get it all the way down to a 30. She was like, well, yeah, technically they only want people to get the 360 lipo to have a BMI of 30. So that for me is 35 pounds. So I'm like, there's no way in a month's time I'm going to be able to like lose 35 pounds. It's just not realistic. Like she was like, well, maybe you could get it down to like maybe like a 32, maybe the doctors or whatever. It's just too many maybes, you know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, she was like, well, maybe after you get, maybe the like your last appointment that you have, you can tell them like, can I get another month to get my BMI down? But I was just like, that should just sound fishy to me, because at that point it will be where all the money is due. So how goals work is like, you put your $500 deposit down to book your appointment. A month before your surgery, half of the money is due, and in 2 weeks before your surgery, the rest of your balance is due. So I'm not about to give y'all $7,000 and then when I'm gonna reschedule my fucking surgery, y'all talking about, no, or some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, she was like, okay, if you don't get the 360 lipo, what the doctors might do is just do a targeted area, which they either do the front of your stomach or the back, because that's really where I needed the lipo the most. So I'm thinking about it, I'm like, if I get the lipo in the front and not the back, like that shit gonna look crazy. Or if I get the lipo in the back and not the front, it's gonna look crazy. So I'm like, that shit just don't make no sense to me. So I was just like, I don't know, I came home, and not only that, I thought about it, like I was really thinking about it. I was like, you know what, by the time I pay for this surgery, because I'm like paying for this shit out of pocket, and I mean I'm pulling strings to get this money, it's like I'm gonna be fucking dead broke, like literally no savings. I was like, that shit is just some real ghetto shit. I'm not trying to do that, like just to get my body done, and I'm not getting it done the way I wanted to get done. So the other part about it that I failed to mention as well is that the billing specialist was telling me, she was like, yeah, New York state law, the doctors are only able to take out 10 liters of fat, and I know my fat ass need more than 10 liters in my stomach. So I just decided that I'm not going to do it. I actually found another doctor in DR. I found him on Real Self. I'm not going to disclose his information right now. Not to say that I got that many followers and that many people is paying attention or whatever. But what I was going to say? Yeah. So I think I'm going to go with him, because I'll be spending the same amount of money, but I'll be getting more work done. I just refuse to get a tummy tuck because that shit look nasty to me. Like I've seen one person get their tummy tuck done that I watch on YouTube, and hers look okay, and I still really haven't seen her scar because she never shows her scar really. But that's probably the only way I'll get a tummy tuck is going to her doctor, but she paid a piece of coin for that shit to look like that. So yeah. So I am gonna, and not only that, I kind of want to wait until another year or so to get my surgery, because I need to get my diet together. I never really been big on like a diet plan or consistency. I can make like cuts out of my diet, but like to be on a diet, I really don't want to be on a diet. I feel like I need to learn how to not eat as much. That's what I need to do. Because it's crazy, like I don't drink soda, I don't drink juice, I hardly even eat bread, you know what I'm saying? But it's just that my I don't know, it's just I guess it's just my genes, I guess that's what I want to call it, or it's bad. I just got really bad genes that are like that. I don't drink juice, I don't drink soda, and I'm still having these issues. So alright, let me go in this fucking bagel spot. I'm talking about I need to wash my dough. I don't eat bagels. It's like I have a bagel maybe twice a month, if even that much. And I'll get back.
That shit work great. That's fucking vlog, man. Vlog.
I'm uptown with Nani.
Yeah, hey.
We about to go get something to eat.
Yeah,
we don't have to make a reservation though, right? They're just saying.
I mean, it's Sunday. We might have to wait.
Yeah, and it's nice outside. Yeah, so I'm uptown. We about to go get something to eat downtown. We're gonna go to Burger and Lobster, and then I don't know what we gonna do after that.
Yeah,
we sipping some wine.
I've been crazy.
I had just said the thing about the.
Hi guys.
That's Nani Cream.
I'm Nani Motherfucking
What's your
Cream.
YouTube channel name again?
That's Nani Cream.
Oh, okay. So she got her YouTube channel.
It's Nani Cream. I just be like doing my little mukbangs and stuff. I haven't really been posting anything really lately, but you know, I need to get on it.
Yeah,
I need to
you
get
gotta get fucking consistent with this shit. You can take this one.
Thank you, my love.
You're welcome.
Red cup status.
Red cups.
Okay, yes.
Sunday fun day.
I'm gonna need you to get like a little ashtray or something in here just so you can put some, you know.
Yeah, well, I don't know where the fuck. This is actually, I think, supposed to be an ashtray right there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Then you gotta clean that shit out.
Yeah, I'll be putting my phone
All right. Okay.
Yeah, so cheers. Sunday fun day.
Look is that. Harlem, Queens, Brooklyn. You already know. Yo tu sabe. Let's go.
Yeah, so.
And I was craving Burger and Lobster.
So which one we going to? Because then
they have one on 42nd and then in Times Square.
And then I think I've been to the other one on 20 something.
And
right?
then it's like on
that one is better probably, right?
That's the original one. That's the one I know. You know. So, and it's right on 5th Avenue. You can just drive right down 5th.
All right,
you know. And I don't know if you want to later. You want to go to Nordstrom. You want to go to the job. And
yeah, we
check
could.
it out.
I was going to come the other day because actually I was going to come. I was going to come. What day? I had to go back to the eyebrow lady again. Because she had to do the follow up, and I was going to come that day, but then I had ended up staying. You know, I didn't think my appointment was going to run so late. And then Ja was with RNA, and you know how she is. Aunt Terry and them been going for a month.
Well, where they
just traveling. They everywhere. They done been to New Orleans,
as they should.
And they done now they in back in Florida. They just came back from Puerto Rico. I was like, that's how you supposed to be doing it. You and your husband, yes. You and your husband could travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking popping outside today.
Yeah, it's nice. So we by Central Park right now.
Yeah, let me flip the camera.
Avenue.
I'm gonna probably do a little scenery.
That's my backyard, y'all.
Scenery joint.
Yeah, that's my backyard. It's 5th Avenue. Central Park is right here.
And we going down 5th Avenue.
Yeah, we gonna go down 5th. You know, I like this camera. This is tough.
That's not the one I really want. The other shit is just.
I take this bus to work.
How long it take you to get to work?
So
I'm gonna just stop.
What happened? So
What's up, guys? So my ass is nice and buzzed up. I had 2 mojitos at Grand Lux. And you know I always get the same exact thing every time. The buffalo chicken roll. I had that. But anyway, I'm about to go pick up Jalil because he was at my house while I had a dentist appointment. I cracked one of my tooths, so I had to get that repaired or start the process of getting it repaired. So I got a temporary, and now they'll send it off for the mold, and then I'll get the permanent one probably in like a couple of weeks or so. But I was just sitting here thinking about what the fuck? I'm in Brooklyn, y'all. Just sitting here thinking about life and just how people change, things change, you know, like, I don't know, like, I think the older I get, I'm starting to understand a lot of things that, like, my mom used to tell me, like, especially about friends and stuff. And, like, when I had my son, it's just, my eyes got open to, like, a whole new world. And I don't know, people are very, very selfish, put it like that. So it's basically, that's the gist of it. Yeah, so yeah, I was just thinking about that. A lot of my friendships deteriorated. They was already kind of deteriorating because I think when you get older you start to change priorities, what you like, what you don't like, what you want to be entertaining and what you don't want to. So for me, it had already started to begin. Maybe when I was probably like 35, I started to realize like the hanging out, the unnecessary, the unnecessary hanging out, the being places that you don't want to basically, I'm the type of person, I don't want to, and it took me some while to get it, but it's like, I don't want to be seen at the same place every fucking week. Like, it was a time where that shit was cool, but now that I'm older, I'm just like, nah, like, that's just not my type of time. Damn, this shit is changing so much. Like, all these new buildings and shit, it's crazy. I'm from East New York, Brooklyn, so this shit just looks totally different. And I know I'm just jumping all over the place with the conversation, but friends, I think you evolve from friends, you grow out of certain situations, not just friendships, I think relationships too. You grow apart, everybody, what you wanted to entertain 5 years ago is not what you're going to want to entertain now. So it's important to constantly, evolve. Don't allow like the outside world to influence anything like about you. Grow naturally, and don't allow friends, family, the outside world to interpret like where you're supposed to be at in life, financially, relationship wise, how many kids you should have, where you should live. I think you should just really listen to yourself. One of the things that I wish I would have did a long time ago was to move out of New York and just like see what it was like to live somewhere else, at least one time in my life. But I stayed too long, didn't decide to have kids until late, and now it's kind of like I can't leave right now, because I kind of need my family a little bit. And when Jack gets a little older, I'm hoping like by the time he's like maybe about 5 or 6, then I could probably move to Texas or something, because that's really where I want to go. I'm still going to go and check it out and see what's going to happen. But I just know I'm not going to have the support. His father is basically in New York. So, he's back and forth though between Indiana and New York. So, I don't know. I'll figure it out one day. But that's my plan. I still want a piece of property in New York, so I'm still gonna purchase a home in New York, and I'll probably like just Airbnb. More than likely, it's not gonna be Airbnb, but I'm gonna rent it out, and then have that residual income, and then I'll move to Texas. At least I'll still probably have a job out there, but then I want to have another means of income. I actually want to have like 3 or 4 streams of income coming in each month. That'd be good for me. One income could pay the bills, one income can be for savings, the other income could be towards Ja's education, and the 4th one could be for my shopping. So there we go. That's my plan. But I'm gonna check back in with y'all more than likely when I get home,
is because you need to know if there's something coming up for you that you're having a visceral response to, that you're just completely turned off by. Because then it doesn't matter. It's just something that you need to pay attention to, and that's where you could say next. and maybe that's what you're feeling that is being done to you, right? Because you're talking about how difficult dating is. I think the reason it's so difficult is because people are feeling like they could just keep swiping or go to the next one, the next one, the next one. And they're not giving that chance to get to know someone. They're already on to the next person. So, in a way, I think it's not a matter of looking at what is being done to you. You have to look at what you need. Otherwise, you fall into like almost like victimhood. Like, oh, everyone's rejecting me, everyone's ghosting me, and then there's this narrative in your head that's not going to serve you well to go back out there.
Right.
Then you're not going to go out with confidence either.
Yeah.
You know, when I go out, I often see, now that going back out, I could tell when people are on a date, and I could tell how it's going, because you could see whether someone's distracted on their phone.
Right.
And that's very telling. If they're engaged in conversation and it's happening organically and naturally, like it doesn't matter what's going on around them.
Right.
And if you're easily distracted, or like you're more interested in what's going on social media, or what someone else is doing, or whoever's trying to reach you,
right,
then that person is not, really somebody that is going to hold your attention.
Right.
You know, or maybe you don't feel that they're interested in you, right? Because that's a turn off. If you're sitting there with someone and he's so distracted and he's on his phone, or he's looking around and not making eye contact with you, you're already feeling rejected.
Right.
And then you're going to feel insecure, or certainly not interested in them if they're not interested in you.
Right.
But this is what you need to pay attention to when you're out.
Yeah.
But I think it's so important if somebody is able to focus on you and give you eye contact.
Right. Yeah. That's like a automatic there. That's like I always notice that. Like, or is he on his phone? Has he checked his phone? Or, because I mean, some people, I think it's so, it's so common to check your phone or look at it, but I mean to actually be on it for extended periods of time. It's like, yeah, are you interested? Or if I look for a desire to be on my phone, I mean I'm not interested. Mm-hmm. So like, maybe sometimes like I'll check my phone now because of my son. Like, let me see if I missed a call or whatever, and then I'll put it back. But it's and it's kind of vice versa too, because people have lives. So you check your phone, look at it, but are you like sitting on your phone on Instagram or on social media while we on a date? And
yes,
yeah, I pay attention to that stuff too. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I think it's yeah, even like, I mean, if I finally get together with one of my friends who I haven't seen in a long time,
mm-hmm.
It's just not obviously one of my closest friends, but I haven't seen her, and we finally get together and we're going to meet for coffee, for lunch, we're not going to have